Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk to you about Power Rangers Lost Galaxy episode The Magna Defender. And of course, this episode deals with the Magna Defender. The original one, the one I like to call Grumpy Defender. Because that dude was so grumpy. But he was so cool until he wasn't. And I remember when he first came out, I remember looking at him thinking, man, that's an awesome costume. It reminded me of something, say, like Batman would wear. And, I just love like the plated armor, like rubbery look. I love the cape. I love the helmet with the bull horns to it. I loved his sword, how it turned into like a blaster. He just had like an amazing look, and his sword was very reminiscent of that of a quasar saber, which till this day begs the question: is he considered a Power Ranger? I mean, he does not have the appearance of a Power Ranger. He doesn't wear spandex. He does indeed have a helmet with a visor. And in other episodes, we will find out he has a Zord. And like I said before, his sword is very reminiscent of that of a Quasar saber. If he was to be a Power Ranger, he would then be the Sixth Ranger and the Black Ranger. However, he doesn't have a morpher. And another thing, he's an alien, but we have no idea if he's a man underneath or if that costume is his organic skin. That has never been explained. And in other episode, we'll find out when it comes to Zika, he has an appearance very similar to that of the Magna Defender. So most likely it's an alien race that looks like that. However, if he is considered a Power Ranger, what we didn't know at this point in time until we get into the Disney era is that there are Ranger Knights or Night Rangers and stuff like that. And from like Mystic Force, they were very prominent. They have a very similar look to that of the Magna Defender. The Solaris Knight has a very similar look with the cape and like the helmet and the plated armor look and stuff like that. So if he is a ranger, he's probably that of a like Ranger Knight or something like that. And so like this dude, man, his first appearance, his first true official appearance, like he got to actually do a whole lot of stuff. He was just like a boss, man. Like this dude did not play around. Like this dude had a cool sounding voice. He had this real cool walk that made you let you know this man is for some business. He had this grumpy demeanor about him, but yet this heroic one at the same time. And he was very much an anti-hero more than that of a hero because he was given his own theme music. And when he first appears, it's this very historic, awesome, like musical number and everything. And it's just like, that's the thing of heroes, you know what I'm saying? But then as we get to know him more and more, he's more of an anti-hero. And he starts to be slightly villainous. Not so much villainous, but he will attack a ranger without warning and everything. And because he is a man on a mission and stuff like that. And he does not want nobody to get in his way. And if you get in his way, he will take you out, even if you're a Power Ranger and stuff. And so I remember as like he started getting more and more grumpy and more anti-hero and stuff in the series, his theme song started to fade away. And then when Mike took over, that theme song was never heard again, which was really sad because it was a great theme song. But they totally got rid of it. And his fighting style was just so amazing. Like, I've never true like okay, other Rangers in the future, they fought similarly like to him and stuff like that, but the way he uses his sword, the way he uses his blaster, the way he leaps in the air with his blaster and stuff, I've never seen no other Power Rangers do that and stuff. The only time I ever seen anything come similar is like say SPD, but it was nothing like this. Like when they did the Sentai and the choreography for him, they really broke the mold with him and everything, and it's never been duplicated exactly like his. And that's what make him such a unique, iconic figure in Power Rangers, you know. And it's just like man. And I love the tragic backstory they gave him. Like that was an amazing, tragic backstory. And so when it comes to this episode, something happened in the previous episode that made but made Leo think Mike is still alive. And so like he goes back into the cave to see if Mike could be there. I don't know why he picked this cave of all caves, because like I said, because what happened in the previous episode, I forgot what happened in the previous episode. I have to rewatch that one day. And so, but there's a problem. Furio is in the cave as well. See, Furio is in big, big trouble with Scorpius. He hasn't found the lights of Orion. He hasn't destroyed the Power Rangers. And Scorpius tells him this is your last chance. So when he sees Furio, they start to fight with their swords. Furio sees that he is no match for Leo. So this dude does the ultimate thing. He blows himself up, hoping to take the Red Ranger along with him and stuff. I'm just like, the dude literally just like, he offed himself. I'm like, what the world, man? But yeah, they blow up and everything. Leo is severely hurt, but we don't know that yet until a mysterious figure walks out of the cave through the smoke and has Leo on his shoulders, and there we hear the music of the Magna Defender, and he's just walking out all historic and everything, and all heroic, and he's just like has Leo on his shoulders, and then so Leo is delirious at this time because he's badly injured, and so he tries to look at the Magna Defender, but all he can see is Mike. So when Leo comes to, he thinks Mike is like alive and stuff like that. And of course, Mike is not. Well, to what we know, you know what I'm saying? Because Mike fell in that hole on Miranoi, and Miranoi is turned to stone. So, Leo is very, very determined to find out who this mysterious figure is. Okay, he really thinks it's his brother, probably like Morph or something like that. And it's an interesting plot that they gave Leo, but I don't know, for me, it just didn't make all that sense as to why he would think that's his brother, It kind of just came out of nowhere. Story-wise, I don't like how rushed that is. But at this point in time, since Furio's gone, Tretron is now the new general. And so Trakina does not like that. She wants to be number one, like hench person, to prove to her father she has what it takes. She overhears some stuff, but he gives two monsters to that of Tretron. And one goes back in the cave to look for like the lights of Orion. Leo goes back into the cave. So Leo goes back and he's morphed for some bizarre reason. That's never been explained. They never explained why he decided to morph. He could have just went in his civilian form. But he goes in there. He overhears some stuff. He sees something running past him real fast. And something was hitting at a rock with a pickaxe. So he decides to take his Quasar Saber and bust it open, and there's like a giant stone in there. And he doesn't know what this stone is, but he takes it back to Kendrix in her lab. She tries to crack it open with the laser, but can't do it. So she's gonna take it to a different lab. Leo is too busy playing with the stone and he's tossing it in the air and everything. This is back when he was more reckless and carefree and stuff. I never liked that version of Leo. I liked him better when he started to mature and everything. So, as she's heading out with the stone and everything, she gets attacked by a monster. And as she's on the ground, here comes that music. Here comes those footsteps. And here comes the man himself. And he's just strutting his thing towards like the monster and everything. And towards Kendrick's. But then something crazy happens. He blasts near both the monster and Kendrick. So this was an indication that, whoa, maybe he's not a good guy. Cause why he's gonna blast near the pink Power Ranger? So then he walks towards her. He stops. And he just holds out his hand, indicating he wants the stone. Doesn't say nothing, but that hand gesture is all we needed. And she doesn't say nothing. And all she does is shake her head back and forth and no. And I love it because both of them don't have to say nothing, but we know what's going on. He is not playing around. He starts coming more closer to her. In comes the Rangers to stop him. Leo now knows this is not his brother, but wants to know what this dude wants and everything. And basically, he's a man of few words, but pretty much he lets them know he's on a mission and nobody's going to get in his way. This man is out for revenge on Scorpius and Trecheron because they did something to him many years ago. Thousands of years ago. And so we don't know exactly what that is yet. And so like the two monsters that are there, they want to get the lights open, but they can't. So they try to use the Rangers to open it up. And so the Rangers use their quasar launchers. It's not enough. Magna Defender, he's had enough as well. This man busts out his sword and he goes to town on that monster. His fighting style, like I said, is unique. It is amazing. It is gorgeous. It is cool and epic to watch. This man is busting this monster wide, like with a sword and everything. He's using his blaster. He leaps from one position, he blasts, and he leaps from the other position and he blasts. Like, it's just a unique fighting style. He is so powerful that he's able to crack open the rock. It turns out ain't nothing in there. So everybody is disappointed. And so the other monster tells Trakina, you know, like, is it time for me to go big? And she's like, sure. And so he drinks a potion. I forgot in the earlier days of Lost Galaxy, they used to drink a potion in order to get big. So the Rangers called it Zords, and it's some nice individual Zord action. This is back when, like, they used to, like, you know, have their Zords individually, like, fight the monster before they turned into the Megazord. Later on in the series, they stopped all that and just went straight to the Megazord. And that's how a lot of couple of seasons were after this. Like, you know, they just went straight to the Megazord. In Ninja Storm, they individually first fought with their Zords, but then after like that initial like couple of episodes, then they started just going straight to the Megazord. And honestly, sometimes I like when they just go straight to the Megazord, because it's kind of like we already saw like the hand-to-hand combat with the Rangers. We don't need to see that with the individual Zords unless the individual Zords are cool and have a unique fighting style. So the Megazord is formed and everything, and you know, they're fighting and everything. And then Leo calls on the sword, but then the sword transform into the Condor, and then he blasts the monster and everything. While this is all going on, the Magna Defender is still whooping some hiney. By this time, the Rangers show back up, and they stop the Magna Defender from destroying Trecheron. This makes absolutely no sense. Trecheron is the bad guy. Why wouldn't they want him to destroy him? So once again, they have interfered in this dude's mission and he does not like it. As he's trying to walk away, Leo tries to stop him, shrugs him off and everything, and he leaps high on top of a mountain. And his pose is beyond beautiful and everything. In the Sentai, they really put great detail on how they was going to depict the Magna Defender in the way he poses, in the way he walks, in the way he fights. Like, I just love it. You don't see that no more. You don't see that so much in the Sentai, and you don't see it certainly in Power Rangers. And it's quite a shame. But yeah, this was a very cool episode. It was a very great way to introduce the additional like helper, ranger, fighter, whatever you want to call them. And so like there aren't that many, I'm just gonna call him a sixth ranger. There aren't that many sixth rangers who come in like in a very cool kind of way. There've been a few that has come in very ordinary, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's quite a shame. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.